Are you reflecting enough? Hi, this is Chris, and this is day 34 of my 90-day challenge. And my question for you today is this: are you reflecting enough? Earlier this afternoon, I was with a friend and we're having this conversation, and then we went deeper into life about all these things that we encounter in life, and then he was sharing a life lesson. And then he said that he was sharing about this beautiful lesson that he had just realized in his life, that he was holding on to something and now he realized that he needed to break free from this. And he was sharing all these beautiful lessons, all these life-changing lessons that he had. And before he shared all this, he had this word, a magic word that he said, and I think that's where the secret is. He said that when I was reflecting on my experience, and then he shared those several lessons. So when I was reflecting on my experience, that's how beautiful reflection is. It brings us into realization of life lessons. And that is very true in my experience as well. Thank you for those who are joining us: Margie, Landis, all the reactions, Bench, Jerry, Mackie, Abby, Joy, Nelson, all of you. This is something that we need to reflect on. Are you reflecting enough? Am I reflecting enough? Reflecting about what? About our experience, what we did in the past, what we did today, what we did last week, what we did in the past year. And are we thinking about why we did those things? And if we did those things, is it better if we did it differently? Will it be better if we do it some other way? Or what can we learn from this? What can we get from this that we can integrate in the future days that we have, or even today? Are you reflecting enough? And I know from experience that I have been reflecting, but also I haven't been maximizing this beautiful tool. I say it's a tool that we need to use to learn from life. Because if we don't reflect from our experience, the tendency is that we repeat the same mistake, and then the same mistake, and the same mistake. And we know that from life, that if you don't learn the lesson, then the test repeats itself. And that's what happens in life. Now, where can we get the lesson? How can we get the lesson? It's from reflection. And so the encouragement for you and me is to have a little time to pause and reflect, of an experience, an event that you just had, and think about it, reflect on it. What lesson can you draw from it? If it's a mistake, if it is a bad event, what can we learn from it? If it's a win, it's a victory, what did we do that we are able to achieve this? And then have it integrated in our life, and bring it with us as we move forward. We need to reflect on our life. And that's where we learn. That's how we learn. And that is why trainers would have this as well. In training, in workshops, we had this. In even team buildings, we have these activities, we have these fun games with all these interactions. But at the end of all those, we pause and reflect. We ask questions. What can we learn from this? What can we draw from this? Is there something that we can bring in, or we can get out of this, that we can bring in our life as we move forward? My friend, are you reflecting enough? And yes, I keep on repeating that question because we have to reflect on our lives. And even when we come into prayer, we would blabber all these petitions and requests, but sometimes we do not pause and listen. And that's part of reflection, I believe, that we need to have, especially in these days of instant messaging, instant whatever, of all this, yes, there are a lot of good things with all these instant things with technology and what we have right now. But then sometimes all these things that are so instant and quick have have pulled us away from having the time to just slow down a bit, to pause, to stop and reflect, to ask questions, to ponder upon things. This is something, it's a gift that is available to us that we need to tap on every opportunity that is given to us. So as I leave you and end this video, I hope you will take the time to reflect upon your life, or even just today. What happened today? Reflect on it. What can you learn from it? Was there a miss? What can you learn from that miss? Was there a win? What can you learn from that win? And whatever you will gain from that reflection, I hope you will integrate in your life. And if you can, share it to someone. Share it with your friends. Share it with your partner. Share it with your family. Share it with your friends. Or you can share it in the comment section of this video. Come back to this and share what you have, because that will also help us together grow in things that we need to do in life. After all, we have to help each other, and that is why I'm asking you to have time to reflect. And so, to give you time to reflect, I'm ending this video, but let me just say thank you to those who join us. Lendis, Clean, Jocelyn, Yan, Margie, thank you for that. Yes, Avid, thank you. Arlene, Julie, Gazi, all of you, thank you for joining us again. Let me remind you to have the time to reflect today or tonight. God bless you, and I pray for you. Have a beautiful and life-changing, meaningful moment of reflection.